Right, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.8 SC, 2009 car with 62,000 miles on the clock. As you can see here, it's finished in Nighthawk black, fitted with a few options this car as well. It's got the front fog lights fitted, which weren't standard on the vehicle. It's also got a full black leather interior with heated seats, and it's got rear parking sensors, so it really is a very nice spec car. Front end of the car is very clean indeed. The whole car is, in all honesty. Bonnet hardly exhibits a stone chip of any great note. All very clean and tidy. We'll come down to the near side of the car first. It's pretty much mirror smooth up that panel, as you can see. It really is fabulously clean. Near side front alloy, absolutely unmarked. And the remaining panels up here really are wonderfully clean. Near side rear alloy, again completely unmarked. Come down this way again. Hopefully you can see the panels there. They really are wonderfully clean. And then the back of the car, again, continues the theme. Got my reflection out of there if I can possibly help it. Don't want to see that. And then around to the off side of the car. So as with the near side, it's very clean in the panels. Offside rear alloy, again, without any marks or corrosion at all. Continue down. Really very clean indeed. Offside front alloy, again completely unmarked. On the driver's door, just to show you, they are almost imperceptible. There's a couple of tiny little car parking things. I mean they're so small, they're hard to see, but they are there, and I do try and pick up on anything, no matter how minor they might be. But realistically, the car's in absolutely fantastic condition. Right, so coming into the boot area of the car, absolutely enormous boots, of course, on these Civics. 60/40 fold on the rear seats there, but they've been kept in really nice condition. Underneath here is normally a stowage area, but in this one, someone has paid a lot of money and had a full size, or space saver, sorry, spare wheel fitted to the car, because they normally come with inflation kits, and that's quite an expensive option actually. Coming inside now, rear door card, as with all of them, in absolutely beautiful condition, as is the whole of the interior of the car, which matches the exterior absolutely brilliantly. You can see here, I've got the seats in their raised position in the back to show you this incredible magic seat system by Honda. So clever. Drop them down, literally just pull the lever up and let it go. And they are just brilliantly engineered. With the rear seats down, you can see there, I've got those seats set for me, and I'm over 6 foot tall, so you still get loads and loads of leg room. And the leatherwork looks almost as new. It's in absolutely fantastic condition. Coming to the front, door card again, and all the little recesses really nicely kept. Footwell area on the passenger side, and really nicely kept as well. And the leather work on the passenger seat there, again, just looks absolutely as new. It's in incredible condition. Driver's door card, again, wonderful. Footwell areas, I've just got a little mat covering the main mat there to stop it getting dirty when I get in and out. And driver's seat, again, fantastic condition. So sat inside the car, engine's running now, so dashboard's illuminated through this section of the video. Dashboard genuinely looks almost as new. It's absolutely amazing condition. Come down there, you obviously can see the heated seats for the leather seats there as well. And then this pan back, because I love this view of the dashboard. That is basically how you set your driving position. And what a view, amazing interior. Just to come in there, hopefully you can see 62,770 miles, engine running, and no warning lights on this vehicle at all. Just to show you, quite often overlooked actually, owner's manual pack is here with the car, and very importantly, so the locking wheel on that set. Finally, just to come under this beautifully presented engine bay by Honda, this fabulous engine. More of which in the following road test video. And then this is a road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.8 SE. The car is registered SA09SXB, and mileage at the start of the road test is 62,764 miles. Reason for doing the road tests, as I say in all of them basically, is so customers actually get to see the cars we're advertising actually in operation. That way, if there's any issues with the vehicle, we can and we will relay them back to you. It's a very point of doing them. We're well aware that lots of our customers come from huge distances away, so the least we can do is go to the time and effort to do this for you. Road test is also on part of the test drive route that any prospective buyer will go on, so hopefully then will be representative of what you'd feel yourself if offered a test drive. It's a lovely part of Gloucestershire we're from. We're very lucky indeed to be here, and we're literally just a couple of miles from the motorway, so it's ever so easy to get to. So coming to the car itself, engine's just been serviced, but with all these 1.8 VTEC engines, it's a really lovely unit to use. Starts, first push of the button, settles to a completely smooth, even idle, and again, typical of the breed, it's just such a keen, willing revving engine, but so sweet in nature as well. Very, very flexible, pulls from very low revs without any issues, fluffing or hesitancy in any way. Sorry, I do apologise, the sun's very low this morning, but coming up with the shortest day of the year. But just a fabulous engine to drive. If you want to push on, they respond really nicely. But if you just drive normally, they give it quite amazing fuel economy, and they really do give it as well. 43 to the gallon is what Honda say, and that is pretty much what you get. Loads of my customers get far more than that, in all honesty. So I'm going to swing around here because the tractor in front's just deposited a huge amount of mud on the road, so I'm going to go a slightly different route to normal. Apologise for that. But yeah, it's really is a fabulous unit. Cam chain driven, of course, no cam belts to worry about in these Honda cars. Worth pointing out, no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the vehicle, and the engine has been running for quite some time now and is running at a third on the temperature gauge, which is exactly where it should be on a Honda car, petrol, diesel or otherwise. So you won't be going down these tiny little lanes on road tests, don't panic, it's just to avoid that mud. Engine then feeds the clutch and into gearbox. Clutch bite point is exactly where it should be, so all very good there indeed. You wouldn't expect a clutch on a petrol engine at this mileage anyway. And the gearbox, which I've often gone and eulogised about, is typical again. It's just a wonderful gear change. It's slick, positive, incredibly accurate, and it's springing from gear to gear, just wonderfully judged by Honda. Not sure what was coming, so the sun behind me, it's hard to see. But yeah, the gear change is just a class act, it really is, and I can't feel anywhere in the linkage or the gear change at all absolutely spot on. Coming to the steering of the vehicle, real strong point on these Civics. It's a very dynamic car, very quick to change direction. As soon as you turn the wheel, the car wants to go with it, and the chassis responds perfectly as well. Again, just can't feel any wear through the steering at all. It feels tight, taut, tracks dead straight. There's no, I shouldn't do that around a corner, should I? There's no wheel vibration coming back through at all at this or any speed up to legal limit that I've driven at, certainly. So all very good there. Suspension on the car, I mean, these are, I love the setup on these. It's a dynamic car. As I said, it changes direction. It holds its composure through the corners brilliantly well as well. And on most road surfaces, rides really very nicely indeed. Only the sharpest ridges tend to catch them out. But what I'm looking for on road test
is any sort of, when it goes over the bumps and you hear it thud over the bumps, are there any sort of secondary noises sort of clanking or knocking their way through the chassis? But there's nothing at all. It's absolutely spot on. Brakes on the car, just make sure no one's behind me. Really good brake pedal on the car as well. Again, what I'm looking for is just to make sure that the nose comes down sort of straight and true, but also that there's no pulsing on the brake pedal or vibrations coming back through at all, which would suggest sort of disc wear or warped discs. But there's nothing on this vehicle. It's exactly as it should be. Looking around inside the car, obviously, as you know from the walk around video, this is a high spec SE, because obviously it's got the leather seats, which are in fantastic condition in here. Heated seats work absolutely perfectly, and this dash design is just fantastic. Brilliantly made. There's no squeaks, creaks or anything inside the car. It's all really nicely assembled car. But I just love this dash, and as I say in many of my videos, I know it's not for everybody, and I think that's a good thing, in all honesty. But you couldn't be anything other than a Civic, and I think it's a really, really positive thing for the car. But the dash works brilliantly well. Radio's dead simple, easy to use. High level information there for your air conditioning system in the radio. And then my favourite part, this bit directly in front of me. So I've got this high up speedo, which means I can look at the cars in front or anything going on ahead, but keep an eye on my speed at the corner of my eye ever so easily. Down below that, this lovely kind of hologram effect, these floating dials coming out towards you. It looks fantastic. Big rev counter, information display in the middle of it, and flanked by the temperature and fuel gauges there. But it just all looks and works brilliantly. And at night, it sounds really nerdy, but it looks fantastic all lit up. It really does. But everything's working exactly as it should. Which brings me back to the start of the video. The point of it, as I said, is to be critical, but I can't if there's nothing on the car to criticise. It drives absolutely brilliantly, this car. Having said that, if I've missed something on the video, don't hesitate, do give us a call and we'll happily answer any questions you might have.